Well, well, you're branching nicely. I'm sure you will be delicious one day. In the meantime, I'll water you plenty so you grow big and healthy.
Oh, is this your garden?
Mauvier, what are you doing here?
Keeping guard. What manner of vegetables are you growing?
I plant a variety this time of year, though most won't grow until later. Nothing is better than homegrown produce. Cook it just a bit and you have a masterpiece.
You are also raising flowers. Are they for cooking as well?
Oh, no. These flowers are just for looking at. And smelling. The scent of fresh flowers has a way of easing the soul. Here, sniff.
What a lovely fragrance. You are correct. It is quite calming.
You've been working too hard. Why not drop by here to relax now and then?
That sounds nice. Yes, I believe I will come by from time to time. What is this flower called? It has a wonderful scent.
Ah, that's jasmine, one of the most aromatic flowers I grow.
Your garden is quite lovely. I admit I have found excuses to visit lately.
It really means that much to you. I'll harvest some vegetables and cook up a nice ratatouille. The taste will move you, I promise.
There's no need for you to go to such lengths. Simply taking time to pause here occasionally is more than enough for me.
Everyone needs a little downtime, and they can always use a good meal, too.
I was one of the 4 hounds, so now I work to protect the weak as an act of atonement for my past actions. People suffer daily. I fail them by allowing myself any pleasure, no matter how simple.
Don't think like that.
I'm sorry. It may be some time until I visit this garden again. If ever.
Mauvier, I have some presents for you.
Are these vegetables from your garden?
Yes, appetizing, aren't they? They're for you.
Bunet, I told you I do not want to treat myself. Not while others suffer.
That's too bad. I suppose these vegetables will just rot then.
Oh,
such a shame. I worked so hard to grow them.
Why do you pay so much attention to me?
I suppose you remind me of the plants from my garden. I want to help you grow. That scrumptious, fragrant goodness inside has to be nurtured so it doesn't wither away.
You are trying to make me feel better about my lot in life. Do you truly believe I can grow and not just rot away?
I don't think I can answer that for you. You have to decide for yourself. In the meantime, seriously, eat these vegetables.
Yes, of course.
You can grill them if you like, but they'll really shine if you let me cook them up for you.
Thank you, Bunet. I shall continue looking for a way to grow, so as to not rot away. For you.
Prince Alfred, might I ask you for a quick lick?
Run that by me again, Bunet?
Forgive me, sir. I can explain more clearly. Those flowers you're wearing, I should quite like to acquaint one of them with my taste buds.
You want to taste a flower?
I seem to have crossed a line. Please disregard my request.
You're a riot, Bunet. It's no big deal. I'll see if I can get you a flower like these. You can taste it to your heart's content.
Thank you.
Speaking of which, Bunet, you're looking pretty beefy.
Beefy, you say? Do you mean you would like to have a quick lick yourself?
No, I'm good. I was just paying you a compliment. Wish I could get muscles like yours, but they never seem to develop for me like they should.
Perhaps you could bulk up by changing your diet. If you'd like, I can cook up something nice and hearty for you.
No fooling? I'd love that.
Understood. Think of it as payment for one of those appetizing flowers. I will begin gathering ingredients. Please give me some time to prepare.
If it fixes my muscle problem, you can take all the time you need.
A note of sweetness.
That the flower I got you from Firene? Does it, taste as good as you'd hoped?
Yes, like a lavish royal dance on the tongue. I expect it will go well in a salad. So this is how Firene's royalty tastes.
Well, it's just a flower. Anyway, I hear you've been busy.
Yes, I have been hard at work preparing a dish to round out your muscles. It is ready at last.
Thanks! And eating this will give me the firm muscles I've wanted for so long, right?
In theory, yes.
Sure, nothing's guaranteed after all. Still worth a try.
Indeed. In that case, I will bring it out for you. How does it look?
It looks like meat. Meat cooked in meat sauce on top of a bed of thinly sliced meat.
Well, yes. Meat, being muscle, begets muscle. Such was my uninformed hunch. Thus, I figured that the more meat you ate, the more muscle you would grow.
That math checks out. I can tell you thought pretty hard about all this. And to show my thanks, I'm gonna destroy this meal. Time me.
What an appetite he has. I am glad to see my dish being enjoyed so immediately. We can only sow these beefy seeds and wait, hoping that a bounty of muscles springs forth. I have no evidence it will work, but, well, miracles happen.
Hey, Bunet.
Your Highness,
All those dishes you cooked up, and I'm still as scrawny as ever.
I failed then. You have my deepest apologies.
Oh, it's not your fault. You went all out and it showed. Plus, every dish was good eating. My compliments to the chef. No, the real trouble is just that I'm weak to the core.
Please, do not be so hard on yourself. These dishes may have failed in bulking up your slender form, but it was not for nothing. All that meat did result in a different sort of change.
I'm not following you.
Our flavor, yours and mine.
We have a flavor?
You see, we were once dry and bland, but as our bond deepened, our taste became richer. Perhaps that was a bad way to put it.
No, I see what you mean. We brought out new flavors in each other. Before, we were raw ingredients, but now we're, what do you call it? Fusion cuisine.
Yes, my thinking exactly. And now I often find myself fondly thinking about your vibrant zing.
Well, I guess it's true what they say. The way to a man's heart is through his stomach.
I have always thought so. To that end, I should quite like to cook for you again.
Ooh, really? What do you have in mind?
I was planning to make a vegetable dish with one of your sweet flowers ground on top, and perhaps some grilled fish to counterbalance all the meat from last time.
I'm working up an appetite just listening to you.
Continue to eat my cooking and who knows? You may one day have the body you desire.
Here's hoping, Bunet. Someday, my muscles are gonna be as strong as our friendship.
Marin, your timing could not be more perfect. Please take a seat.
What's this all about?
I want you to be the first to experience my newest recipe.
Oh, is this for a cookbook?
For a restaurant, actually. I want to reestablish my parents' bistro after the war is over. I have been crafting new dishes for the menu in my spare time.
That's great. What are you serving up today?
Stewed chicken.
Whoa, high marks on presentation.
Thank you. I found a rare breed of hen and simmered her at low heat for several days. There's a variety of spices in the broth, including some with salubrious warming effects. Here, have a taste.
All right, let's give it a try. Here goes. Incredible. The meat is so soft, it's practically melting in my mouth. Even as the flavors mingle on my tongue, each ingredient is still unmistakably itself. The spices don't blot out the umami taste of the chicken. They coexist in perfect harmony.
I've never heard my cooking described so beautifully.
An artful meal deserves an artful description. You really know your way around a bird. This definitely deserves a spot on the menu.
I am glad to hear you say so. That makes all my hard work worthwhile. Thank you for being my taster, Marin.
It was seriously my treat. Thank you for the delicious meal. Hey, Bunet. I heard you're interested in critters.
Pardon?
As it happens, I'm a fan myself. I know where to find some amazing ones in the wild. How about I take you? My way of thanking you for that delicious meal.
Thank you for the offer, but I'll decline.
Oh, really? You don't like wildlife watching?
That's not quite what I meant.
What did you mean then? Wait a second. Oh no. I get it now.
Huh?
You prefer wildlife eating. Is that it?
What?
Cooking with regular meat got boring, so you started sourcing meat from rare critters. What was in that stew? Did you trick me into eating a falcon or something?
Of course not. I assure you, it was chicken.
Liar! And I bet you're only cozying up to me so I'll show you my favorite wildlife spots.
Listen.
No, you listen. A crime against the animals is a crime against me. So much as think about hurting another poor critter and you're done for.
Marin, please, you have it all wrong.
I'll pluck and broil you myself. You hear me?
I seem to excel at being misunderstood.
Okay, Bunet. I came like you asked. What's this all about? If you try to serve me a flamingo casserole or something, I swear I'll...
You have it all wrong. Please, hear me out.
Huh?
I'm not interested in what you call critters. Rather, I am interested in you.
Excuse me?
Though we both serve the royal family, we have never had a chance to become friends. I admit, I was too intimidated to approach you. You're so confident and outgoing, always talking about critters this, critters that to anyone who will listen. I began to hope that I could one day become friends with the Critter Keeper. That's my nickname for you.
Oh, the Critter Keeper, huh?
Yes, owing to how deeply you care for creatures of the wild. It's a rather silly sobriquet, I know.
Silly? That's the best nickname I've ever heard. The Critter Keeper. Makes me sound so heroic.
Yes.
I'm sorry, Bunet. I had no idea you wanted to be friends. Looks like I was all wrong about you.
There's no need to apologize. I am quite used to being misunderstood. As a lifelong eccentric, it is something of a chronic condition for me.
Well, I'm a certified oddball myself, so I know the feeling. Let's be friends from here on out, yeah? We oddballs have to stick together.
I would like that. To celebrate, would you like to try my latest dish? You can even name it, if you feel so inclined.
What? Me? You want to put my words on your menu?
Yes. I was quite impressed by your lyrical review last time. Pick whatever name you like.
All right. What should I call it? Maybe I'll name it after a rare critter.
Yeah, you may want to avoid that. People might get the wrong idea.
Good point.
I am in no rush. Take your time with the food and allow inspiration to strike.
It would be my pleasure.
Yes, this grilled fish is divine. It has such a supple mouthfeel.
I added a pinch of salt to suck out the moisture. That makes the fish nice and tender.
This might be your finest work yet, Bunet, and that's saying something.
Well, after all, I'm not just your retainer, but also your personal chef. It is my duty to know what you like and prepare your meals accordingly.
I know, I'm a lucky man, but you forgot one thing.
What? Does it need more lemon? Is the presentation not to your liking?
Oh, not the dish. The titles. Retainer, personal chef. You left one out. Best friend.
Right you are, Fogato. We have a long history. sharing meals together in my parents' bistro almost every day. More than the meals was the hours we spent talking well after patrons left that I cherished.
Yes, I'll always remember those days. Unlike somebody who forgot we were even friends.
I didn't forget. For friends and flavors alike, my memory is long and exacting. It's just that now I see you as more of a savior than a friend.
A savior? Me? How come?
You don't understand. Of course. Never mind that. Just finish your meal before it gets cold. Dessert will be ready shortly.
Dessert? Oh, baby! This is the best food in the world, bar none. I'll have a clean plate in no time.
The best food in the world.
Delicious. Yet another culinary triumph, Bunet.
I could tell you were enjoying it because of that scrumptious smile on your face.
Oh, before I forget, we need to circle back and talk about what you said the other day.
What do you mean?
You know, the savior thing. I've been racking my brain, but I can't figure out what you meant.
Oh, that. I entered that contest to become the royal court's chef. And I lost. It was the greatest shame of my life. Yet you found it in your heart to overlook my failure and hire me as your personal chef. I could never pay you back for that kindness.
Ah, I see. But, Bunet, I didn't really care about the contest itself. I was just glad that you entered because it brought you back into my life.
What? Was that your plan all along?
Of course. It had been years since the last time we talked at your parents' bistro.
That's true. What a bitter separation that was. But perhaps we should put this conversation on the back burner. Your main course is ready. You wouldn't want a sour memory to detract from the delightful flavor.
You make a good point. Whoa, what a stunning dish! Your food really is the best in the world. Oh. Well, that's dessert done with. What a satisfying meal.
Your delectable praise is a boon to my soul.
And did I detect a note of bitterness? Setting the stage for a hard conversation, I bet.
Indeed. Something you said has been eating at my mind. You searched for me?
Yeah. When I heard about the bandit raid on your town, I was devastated. There was basically nothing left. Your parents' cozy bistro, pile of ashes.
That image is burned into my memory.
I felt so helpless. I had come as fast as I could, but it was too late. You'd fled along with everyone else. I had no idea where you might have gone.
I'm sorry. It all happened so suddenly, I didn't have a chance to tell you.
It wasn't your fault. At any rate, after you left, I never stopped looking for you. I missed your delicious cooking. But more than that, I missed our conversations.
I miss them too.
And then when I heard about the cooking tournament, I knew you'd enter. There was no way you'd miss a chance to show off to the whole queendom. If you think about it, your culinary skills are the reason we were reunited.
I did lose the contest, however.
This again. Bunet, it's not a big deal. You were out of practice. If there was another contest today, you'd win hands down.
Avocado. Thank you. I'm grateful you kept looking for me. That is why we can enjoy delicious moments like this. You truly are my savior.
Savior still feels a little strong, but I'll take it. And just so you know, I'm never letting you leave me like that again.
The feeling is entirely mutual. I am your personal chef and retainer. But most importantly, I am your best friend. And as such, I swear to be true.
I'm glad. Nothing is sweeter than your friendship, Bunet.
What a delicious aroma. It smells so fresh and so green.
Yeah, I love the smell of fresh cut grass. Whew. Looks like that's the last of the weeds in the Somniel. which means we're done with our Sentinel duties for the day.
Does weeding really count as Sentinel duty?
Sure, why not? If we do it, that's what it is. Bandits may not come around here, but the Somniel still needs protecting.
Yes. We have to defend it from the merciless onslaught of weeds.
Oh, Bunet, old pal. Don't forget, I'm counting on you to make food for the party.
Leave it to me. As always, I will prepare a flawless banquet.
That's what I like to hear. You're a man among men. You know that?
Think nothing of it. I am glad for any chance to hone my culinary skills.
Oh, that reminds me. I heard there's going to be a famous food critic there.
Really?
Yeah. It might be a good chance to show her what you can do.
Interesting. In that case, I will prepare an innovative new dish for the occasion. Something that is sure to set the food critic's eyes alight. Be sure to watch for her reaction.
Why don't you come see it for yourself?
I dislike parties. Too noisy, I find. Like a dish with many strong flavors all at once.
Ah, too bad. I guess that's the price you pay for those acute senses of yours.
Just report back to me afterward. That is all I ask.
You got it, good buddy. Can't wait to taste the grub you whip up.
Pandreo, how was the party? Did the critic appreciate my cooking?
Oh, yeah. She was very impressed. But,
But?
well, to be honest, it wasn't that popular with anyone else.
What? But I sampled it myself. The flavor was heavenly.
Oh, don't get me wrong. It tasted great. It was just a little too gourmet. Party food's gotta be easy to pick up and walk around with.
What? Why?
You know, people like to mingle while they eat. This felt like a stuffy dinner at the royal court. I should have said something. I know you haven't been to many parties after all. Don't beat yourself up, though. It's not like people didn't eat it.
A chef's sacred duty is to make the right food for the occasion. And I failed. I made something far worse than a bad dish. I made the wrong dish.
Bunet, it's not like that.
I am your friend and I let you down. A mere apology will not suffice. Please, strike me.
What? No. You went to so much trouble making that food. I'm not gonna hit you.
I ruined your party and still you find it in your heart to forgive me. You are a true friend. Pandreo, when is your next get-together?
Looking to redeem yourself, huh?
No, at least, not yet. Before redeeming myself, there is something I must do. I must attend a party.
What? Hey, Bunet! What did you think of the party? Pretty fun, right? Oof. That bad, huh?
Forgive me. The noise was overwhelming. My head is still spinning.
Oh, I see. That's probably my fault.
I will say, everyone was in high spirits. Even in times like these, good cheer abounded.
That's the magic of a good shindig. But how about you? Learn anything?
Certainly. I came away with many insights. I noticed that you spent most of the time simply listening to people share their troubles.
Well, sure. My parties aren't all about me. I want to help people feel better, you know? After all, though I may look like a run-of-the-mill scoundrel, I am a man of the cloth.
Yes. Now I see the error I made. I wanted my cooking to steal the show, but good party food lets the conversation take center stage. Headache aside, I'm glad I went. Next time, I will cook the perfect dish for you and your guests.
That would be great. Thanks, Bunet. And hey, let me know if there's anything I can do to help. Anything at all.
Well, there is one thing you can do. Let me give you one little lick.
One little what? You're kidding, right?
No, I'm quite serious. I must understand your festive spirit in order to capture it in my cooking. Now, roll up your sleeve, it'll be quick. No need to be nervous. Bandreo? Is something the matter?
I've been to some wild parties in my day, but that's a bit too far, even for me.
Hunger has struck. Perfect time for onigiri.
Kagetsu.
Oh, Bunet! How did you appear so suddenly?
Those little food triangles. Onigiri, you called them. I've never seen one before. What are they made of?
Try one for yourself. Have mine.
Are you sure? Well, all right then. It's delicious. A ball of rice lightly salted and wrapped in seaweed and grilled fish, yes?
Yes, salted salmon.
I see. By all appearances, the simplest of foods, yet contains hidden depths of flavor. Please teach me how to make this.
It would be my pleasure. However, I have obligations to Princess Ivy as her retainer. If I set aside my duty to teach you onigiri, she will be displeased.
Ah, disappointing, but I understand. In that case, I will master the art of making onigiri on my own.
I admire your passion. Tell me when you are done, and I will provide your taste test.
Naturally. I will rely on you to judge whether I am capturing the food's essence. Kagetsu! It is time.
What for?
Did you forget? Since we last spoke, I have been absorbed in the art of making onigiri. I experimented with ingredients, rice density levels. For days, I thought of nothing else. Finally, after all that toil, I made this.
Oh, it looks very good. But more important than how it looks is what it contains. Tell me the ingredients inside.
I used dates, harvested fresh from a date palm, something of a Solnik specialty.
Date palm. That is eccentric. I do not know this ingredient.
Give it a try.
I will indeed. Sweetness is unexpected for onigiri, but not unwelcome. The rice takes well to it.
Doesn't it? I went through much trial and error before landing on dates.
Yes, it is delicious. Very good. However, it is flavored more like ohagi.
Like what? Are you saying that something like this already exists?
Yes, ohagi is when sweet rice is rolled up and covered with red bean paste.
Oh, so, in short, this is not an onigiri.
No, the shape is very accurate to onigiri.
But it tastes like an ohagi. I appreciate your kind words, but I will not settle for missing the mark. My culinary knowledge is lacking. Who knows how many dishes have escaped my notice? Excuse me, I must go study.
Your onigiri was delicious, and yet you remain so eager to learn more. I am curious, Bunet. What motivates you to learn so many new foods?
I wish to become a poet of the plate. To me, that means expressing my vision with the broadest possible vocabulary of flavors. I thought I was well on my way to fluency in all existing culinary languages, but alas, I didn't even know about ohagi.
We are very much alike, it seems.
What? How do you mean?
I left my home in search of knowledge about the world at large. Seeking out strong opponents to fight has been my way to experience new horizons. At Elugia Castle, I had my first encounter with true defeat. And that is when I realized the ones I fought there were very strong. But so many other strong ones await me still.
Our situations do seem similar. You wish to become the world's best fighter, just as I wish to become the world's best chef.
I have been fortunate to become retainer to Princess Ivy. This position is teaching me much. I am now able to see that it is not necessary for me to meet every strong opponent there is. I cannot hope to know everything. What I can do is focus on mastering my own skill.
How wise. I wonder if I will ever be able to adopt your accepting attitude.
Bunet, I have decided. I will contribute to your path toward mastery. If you wish it, I will tell you all that I know of cuisine and my culture. Pale Sands lives in isolation, so there may be no other way for you to study it.
That sounds wonderful, but you said you were busy with your retainer duties.
But you and I are friends, and I can always make time for friendship.
Thank you, Kagetsu. I will pay you back in onigiri. The proper kind this time, made with salted fish and seaweed.
Yes, but be sure to include ones with dates as well. They were delicious too.
As you wish. Prepare to have your mouth water. I am looking forward to learning more about your culture. Nice chopping. The pieces of wood are perfectly equal. Really, I respect the artistry.
Glad you noticed. I am pretty good at chopping wood, it's true. I use it as raw material for woodworking or whittling, which I then sell to folks.
Anna, I have a favor to ask.
Oh, please. We're friendly enough that you can call me Lady Anna.
Lady Anna, might I have some of this timber?
That's an idea. Are you also into woodworking?
Oh, no. It's not for me. It's for my stove. With such uniform pieces of firewood, it would be easier to precisely control the temperature. In other words, my cooking would be elevated to the next level. Give them to me, please.
Is that how that works? Well, if you feel that strongly about it, we could work something out. You'll have to pay, of course. I don't give anything away for free.
You are a shrewd one.
I've got to be if I'm gonna make it on my own.
I will pay you your due. The firewood is worth any expense. Nice chopping. Again.
Let me guess. You're here for more wood?
Indeed I am. This timber of yours burns so evenly. It's perfect for controlling stove heat. The risotto I cooked with it yesterday? Flawless, even by my standards.
Great! Always nice to hear about a satisfied customer.
Lady Anna, I have to ask, how did you get so good at chopping wood?
It's probably because it was one of my chores when I lived at home with my family.
I see. You've had to work hard all your life,
Now you've got me thinking about my family. That salmon stew we'd share was so good.
Is something wrong?
Nah, everything's peachy. Stand back and watch the master woodcutter at work. That last stroke felt a little off. Weird. I miss them all so much.
Hello, Lady Anna. You seem to be hard at work.
Oh, hey, Bunet. I don't think you'll want the wood I chopped today. My form is way off.
I didn't come for firewood today. Here, I made you a salmon stew. I hope it's like what you remember.
Oh, wow. Can I eat it now?
Yes, please do, while it's warm.
Thanks a bunch! That warms me right to my bones. It tastes just like my family stew, too.
I'm glad. It took some doing. I had to research your hometown's cuisine and then seek out all the right spices. I wasn't confident that I'd nailed down the flavor.
So that's why it tastes like home. Aw, you did all that for me? I'm really touched. I was getting so homesick that it was messing up my wood cutting. But that little taste of home cheered me right up again. I'm ready to split 100 logs.
If you ever feel homesick, come talk to me. I can at least take your taste buds back there.
I appreciate it. So, how much do I owe you for the stew?
No need to pay. I meant it as a token of thanks.
Oh no! That's not going to work for me. If I start taking charity, how am I supposed to sell you any more wood?
You really are shrewd. In that case, pay me in firewood, however much you think that stew is worth.
Deal. I'll even throw in extra as an introductory offer. Nice doing business with ya.
Jade, what are you doing?
Practicing mindfulness.
Oh, I heard a rumor that you deal with stress by meditating in your armor. Seems it was true.
Did you need help with something?
It's just that you look so appetizing.
Excuse me?
Your armor-clad stillness. It calls to mind one of my favorite dishes. You take a crab shell, stuff it with vegetables, meats, and rice, and stew it for 3 days. Ugh, I'm getting hungry.
You're making it difficult to meditate, Bunet.
Oh, I can almost taste them. Those hearty bites of sumptuous stuffed crab.
Please go away, Bunet.
Oh, was I bothering you? Farewell, then.
Now I'm getting hungry.
Good news, Jade. I'm going to treat you to that stuffed crab stew we discussed.
I don't recall any such discussion.
Jade's Repose. That would be a good name for it, don't you think?
Oh, right. I remember now. You kept talking at me while I meditated inside my armor. Then you compared me to seafood. It involves something like cramming different ingredients into crab shells.
Yes. Anyway, that armor of yours, may I have a lick?
This conversation is over.
Your armor may prove to be an interesting substitute for a crab shell. So much room. At what heat does one stew metal, I wonder?
You're not getting anywhere near my armor. You're also very obviously not listening to me.
Come again? Oh, yes. Sorry.
I will admit this chat is making me very hungry. Are you going to cook that stew or not?
Yes, of course. Nothing is finer than sharing a meal with a friend.
Yes, as long as that's all this arrangement is. A friend sampling the cooking of another friend.
Good. Then I will get cooking. But first, just a quick taste of that armor.
No! Bunet, do you have a spare moment?
Oh, Jade. I do. Is that a flower I smell?
I wanted to thank you for cooking that delicious meal the other day. This flower is for you.
For me? I'm touched. Would you be offended if I took a little nibble from one of the petals?
You want to know what flowers from a friend taste like, right?
I didn't realize you had taken up mind reading.
I've experienced enough of your habits to detect a pattern.
I see. Well, understanding cuts both ways. Here, look.
Wow, this food looks amazing. Why did you prepare all of this?
I anticipated that you might come thank me. In preparation, I went ahead and made this modest feast for you.
Thank you, Bunet. Is this our dynamic now? Thanking each other back and forth through polite gestures?
Strong friendships have been built on less.
I suppose it does offer a reliable framework, with defined boundaries.
Agreed. Now that that's settled, I'll just...
Touch my armor and you're a dead man.
Fair enough.
Wow, that's pretty swollen. This is definitely some sort of insect sting.
Well, I tend plants on the side. Probably got stung while I was in the garden.
I can give you some herbs to reduce the swelling. Take care not to touch the wound.
I'm sure there's no need for that. Save your herbs for someone who could really use them.
It doesn't work like that. We don't know what kind of insect stung you. If you leave it untreated, it might get serious.
I see. Forgive me. I suppose you would be more knowledgeable about such things.
It's all right. Now you know. Just let me apply the dressing like so, and all done. Nothing to worry about now. Just leave it be, even if it starts to itch.
Understood. I'll try not to touch it. Please, take this. A small token of thanks.
Wow, what's this pretty flower?
Some chamomile from my garden. It has a nice soothing aroma, don't you think?
Thank you. I appreciate it.
You ought to come visit my garden sometime. I think you'd like it there.
How's that insect sting healing, Bunet?
The swelling has stopped. All thanks to those herbs of yours, no doubt. Somehow I resisted the urge to taste them.
A good patient is patient. Everything looks fine where you were stung. That's a relief.
Thank you, Jean.
Oh, this reminds me. I wanted to ask you about something.
What's that?
Remember the chamomile you gave me? I looked into it, and it has medicinal uses. It's a painkiller and can sometimes reduce inflammation. Do you maybe have more?
Interesting. Well, there's not much of it, but what I do have I will gladly give you.
Thank you. Even a little will help.
It makes me happy to know that my little flowers will help people feel better. Though, I must say, I'll be sorry to see them leave home after all my careful tending.
Don't worry, Bunet. I won't let a single flower go to waste. You did me a big favor the other day. I put that flower you gave me to good use, and it helped in treating a lot of our people.
Good. I'm sure those little blooms of mine were happy to help.
Here, this is something in return.
Flower seeds.
You seem to care a lot about the flower you gave me. So I thought it must have made you sad to see the space where it used to grow. This probably isn't much of a replacement, but it's something to fill the space.
How thoughtful. I will make sure to give these seeds a loving, supportive home.
It's the least I can do for the help you gave me. Well, I think that's all, so...
Jean, wait.
Yes?
Are there any other flowers with medicinal uses that I could grow for you? Sometimes I'm sad to see my beautiful flowers being plucked, but not when they help people. I want to contribute however I can.
That's really nice of you, Bunet. It means a lot that you're willing to pitch in. I'm going to do my part too, of course. I won't leave it all to you.
Wonderful. I'm sure my flowers will appreciate having another caretaker around.
Probably so. Keep up the good work, and try not to get stung again.
No need to tell me twice. I could hardly sleep with those tantalizing herbs on me.
Please, Bunet?
Apologies, Chloe, but no. I cannot. I will not.
Pretty please? There's no one else here who could do it.
You have my answer.
Aww.
Chloe, I live by certain principles. Chief among them, that the ingredients of this world deserve to be treated with dignity. I refuse to twist and corrupt them in order to make that side street dreck.
Hey, I'm not taking that line down. Folk food is an art form. Unique dishes, cooked without fuss, using ingredients that are unusual, cheap, or both. Imagine how amazing it would be if a world-class chef like you prepared some.
No. You will have to ask someone else.
But you have to. I'll do you a favor in return if I can try some gourmet quality folk food just once.
Chloe, you know an artist when you see one. I appreciate that. But I cannot do as you ask. The ingredients tell me how they want to be prepared. I will not violate their wishes. Now, if you'll excuse me.
Oh, this isn't over. I'll find a way to convince him. Guaranteed.
Chloe, here to beg me some more, I take it.
Sure am.
From where did this bizarre love of folk food spring? You grew up in a noble family.
Yeah, and all they served me back home was high cuisine. For most people, that would be great. But me, I went to this Viennese festival one day. I caught this salty, sweet scent from a back alley, so I followed it to find out what it was.
That was how you discovered folk food.
Yep, without even thinking, I bought some food from the stall and tried it. It was mind-blowing. The flavor, the smell, the texture. I'd never had anything like it in my life.
To the child of a rich family, I see how it could offer some perverse sense of thrill.
Sadly, there was no chance my family would let me dine out. And I could forget about folk food. They'd be horrified to know I ever even tasted it.
Oh, I see. You couldn't eat it while you lived at home.
Not necessarily. Once I had my first taste, I started going out behind my parents' backs. I'd eat the folk food on my Pegasus and get rid of any evidence by tossing the wrappers.
Littering, you mean?
Yeah, I feel bad about that now. I always take care to toss my trash properly these days. But that's my story in a nutshell.
Your passion for food, I recognize it. I hesitate to admit it is much like my own. You have persuaded me. For you and only you, I will try my hand at making folk food.
You mean it?
But what I cook will be of the highest quality. I cannot cut corners on purpose, so do not complain if it differs from your expectations.
No complaints, I promise. Thanks, Bunet. You've made me a very happy lady. Oh, I can't wait to try your first batch of folk food.
As I have told you before, ingredients tell me how to cook them.
Yeah, so you've said.
I never disregard their voices. Thus, I have been searching high and low. I have sought out ingredients that ask, indeed beg, to be made into folk food.
Does that mean you found some?
Yes, look! A shellfish from the ponds of Solm, and some mushrooms unique to the Queendom's forests.
Wow, what a weird color!
And this, a numbing spice. It will stamp out all sensation as soon as it hits your tongue.
A spice that numbs?
You're not scared, are you?
Who, me? I want to try this so bad that I can hardly stand it.
I knew your culinary courage would not falter. Now, behold, the ultimate folk food.
Incredible. That's exactly the kind of careless presentation folk food ought to have.
The splendor does not stop at its presentation. Please, have a taste.
Oh boy, oh boy! Oh my goodness! That spice sure did a number on my tongue. But the sauce brings it right back to life, and the texture is just indescribable! This is what made me fall in love with folk food. If a stall sold it, I'd eat there every day.
It's strange. At first, I was simply moved by your passion for food, but now I see that this was a necessary step on the road to gastronomic expertise. Whether it is served on a porcelain plate or in an unassuming wrapper, good food is good food. Street fare and gourmet food alike can bring joy to their eaters.
Exactly. Thanks, Bunet.
Now, what would you like to eat next?
You mean you'll fix me something else?
I am always happy to take requests from a true food lover.
No kidding! More gourmet quality folk food? I'm so happy I might cry.
Please don't do that. My food and I are not going anywhere.
Yeah, good point. I'll take my time and think carefully. The next folk food I get from you is going to be the stuff of legend.
Divine One, I must say, you have the most evocative eyes. This one's like a cherry tomato. Oh, and that one, a blueberry.
Thanks, I think. You did mean those as compliments, right?
Of course. Tomatoes and blueberries are among the most precious treasures that nature gives us. I am steeped in culinary traditions from all over the world, ergo my penchant for food analogies. So inspiring.
I guess it makes sense that a chef would see the world in terms of ingredients. Thank you.
No. It is I who should be thanking you for allowing me to find inspiration in your tomato and blueberry eyes.
How impressive, Bunet. To know about so many dishes from around the world.
I have much more to learn. and inspiration strikes me in many unexpected ways. I aspire to experience every flavor inspiration and to create new recipes for people to enjoy.
Wow. I look forward to seeing you do that.
A chef must always be up for a culinary journey, wherever it may go. What is that aroma?
I don't smell anything.
It's you. You're emitting a scent that I do not recognize.
Oh, that. I got some sauce on a bit of clothing at lunch. It was such a small amount, I didn't think anyone would notice. Sorry, I'll go change.
No. Please, allow me to find inspiration in this curious scent.
Oh.
This must be from a dish I'm not familiar with. Might I ask you for a quick lick? I'm not familiar with this dish you ate.
You want to taste the sauce? On my clothing? Oh, I know. Why don't we speak with the person who's on meal duty?
I'd love to know sooner than that. It's my culinary curiosity, you see.
Still, my clothing?
I've been thinking about cooking, ingredients, and flavors for as long as I can remember. And over the years, I've diligently added to my culinary vocabulary. Can you help?
I know I said I was excited about your ambitions as a chef, but this one's a no. I support your finding inspiration, but there are limits. Besides, there's more to great cooking than knowing all the flavors.
I don't understand.
You'll figure it out. In the meantime, I'm going to go change. Excuse me.
What could the divine dragon have meant by that? Divine One, I owe you an apology for my rudeness the other day.
We talked through it, and I got my clothing washed. All fine.
Yes, but what you told me, that there is more to great cooking than knowing all the flavors. I dove back into my culinary training to better understand what you meant, what I'm missing.
You did?
Yes. After we spoke, I retreated to the kitchen and have been cooking all this time. I worked from morning to night to cook up a dish inspired by that sauce stain.
Wow. All this because I spilled something on my clothes.
Still, I could not find an answer. And as I verged on despair, a thought came to mind. How about instead of worrying about this, I make food the Divine One would enjoy? So that's what I did. And the taste of the resulting dish far exceeded my expectations. That's the secret to great cooking, isn't it? Caring for the people you're cooking for.
Absolutely. I completely agree. It's about caring for people, not knowing every flavor and recipe under the sun.
Divine One, I'm sorry that I made you uncomfortable.
It's okay. I still support you, even if I had to draw the line. I have no doubt that one day, you will be the world's best chef.
Thank you. You know, I have that dish right here if you'd like to try it.
Of course. I'd love to.
Divine One, I have created an entirely new dish. If you would, please try it. I'd love to hear your thoughts.
It certainly looks delicious. The colors are beautiful.
The tomatoes and blueberries you see there, they were inspired by your beautiful eyes. Enjoy.
All right. Thank you. This is incredible. It's better than anything I've ever tasted.
I am pleased to hear it. I was determined to make this dish something extraordinary for you. When I cook with you in mind, the food tastes transcendent. I would like to do so more often. That is, I would like to cook with you in mind. Forever. If it pleased you.
Do you mean?
I mean, I would like to be your partner, Divine One. If you found the food I made for you pleasing, that is. But if it's inconvenient, I'll remember this dish fondly and return to my chef's duties.
Oh, no, that doesn't sound good at all. Please, stay. I'd like you to make more incredible dishes for me. Actually, Bunet, even if you didn't cook me a single meal, I'd want you to stay. Here, this Pact Ring. It's for you.
Thank you. The ring is beautiful. Just like you.
All the cooking aside, there's so much we'll get to learn about each other.
I am looking forward to it. This moment tastes of pure sweetness, but I will savor all the flavors we cook up together.